It's week 12 of the next.
We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They're led out by the man from Auburn, getting the start here, their rookie quarterback.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's a toss to the right for Kamara. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Throwing now from the gun. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one, and that'll set up 4th down. The Commanders about to send this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to 1 score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the 4th quarter, if this thing's within 1 score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. With that, I'll only give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They face second down and 7. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff, running right. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Moss in motion. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Now he'll run it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Richardson. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Looking to throw, Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
And that is incomplete. Beyond Coleman, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. A big play there for Washington. It's a gain of 43 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now, faking the give. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be taken down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On play action, he'll set up. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's 2nd best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. On play. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Root O'Rororo there on the tackle. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Washington.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. this ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Derek Nottie there to bring him down. Back to throw. Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy six.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Brown now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Right back to the air following that pick six. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Here's a third down and 4. He's got it at the 7. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll look to throw again. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Deron Bland, good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. Back to the air one more time. Good blocking, and he's in. Jatavion Sanders. Touchdown, Commanders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Gibson now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Owens. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll look to throw yet again. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Ja'Tavion Sanders. Touchdown, Washington. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over just before the half. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson going for it all. That's caught! And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. They're called in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys will come back to tie things at 17. Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here. It has been an entertaining first half. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Tajay Spears, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. From the gun, Richardson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Ooh. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Here's Richardson. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Richardson to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have a Cowboys 1st down. And more. It'll wind up a gain of 5 on 4th and 2. To throw, it's Richardson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. On 2nd down, Richardson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about the...
And he's in! Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Dallas. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Commanders' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Now, this looks like a design run. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. At the 31-yard line. Back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders will cut the lead down to 4.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. He'll tuck it and take off.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
That's caught by Jefferson on the right side.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
It's a give now to Kamara. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he pumps up the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Richardson operating from the pistol. That's complete, left side to Pickens. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the
oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. This throw right side, pulled in by Pickman. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, that's swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg, their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get two pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Brown now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick six. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And they're going to get the conversion here. Good run to the 44, and that's a first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Quick throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Cowboys have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. They'll stick with him again. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
You have to give them credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. Going to bring up 4th down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kool-Aid McKinstry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
1st and 10. One final kneel down here inside the 40-second mark. Should be enough to put this one on ice. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. They'll have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.